Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you the 3 different stitches that I like to use in my applique designs. I'm Tracy quilt pattern designer based in the UK. I'm on board my floating studio on the Grand Union Canal. The 3 different stitches that I like to use are the free motion embroidery stitch. This creates a lovely sketched effect around the edge of the heart, which is the shape that I decided to use. Then we have the zigzag stitch, which is super easy and very quick. And then we have the blanket stitch, which is a more polished stitch. This is the backing fabric that I'm going to use. I've fused my applique fusible web paper on the back of the fabric that I want as the heart. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get some small sharp scissors and cut out the heart design. If you've not got nails like me and you struggle to peel off the backing, then here's a little tip. Get a needle or a pin, score, tiny little score there. It won't go through to the other side, and then you can just peel off the backing. And this shiny side here is the fusible side. And you're going to pop that in place and fuse it down with a hot iron. Just place the iron on top of the heart or whatever shape you're using and hold it there for about 10 seconds and your heart will be fused into place. For this project, I'm going to add a stabilizer onto the back. I've got a cut off here. This is not a fusible stabilizer, so I'm using a bit of 505 temporary adhesive spray. This really does help with your stitches and making sure that they're not going to wobble all over the place. So, stabilizers on the back, and that's going to be ready now for stitching. So the first one I'm going to work on is the free motion embroidery, and I've attached my darning foot here, which is the best foot for me to use, so it's open toed, so I can see exactly where my stitches are going. Now I'm using a 50 weight Aurifil thread in the top and in the bobbin. I'm going to move my needle to the center, lower the feed dogs, and I like to start down the side here. So I'm just going to lower that down, make sure that my needle is in the place that I want it to be. I'm going to take my time around the corners, the curves, and I've left the needle down so I can pivot, and I've not lost exactly where I am. And I'm going to go around this a couple of times to give it that sketchy look. You see at the bottom there that had a bit of a wobble, but actually that doesn't matter once you've been round it twice. Just adds to the effect. I'd also recommend wearing quilting gloves as well. That will help. I've packed mine away for a retreat, so I don't have them to hand. Secure your stitches in place. And now we have our heart free motion embroidered. The second heart that we're going to do is with the zigzag stitch. So I'm just going to remove my darning foot. And attach the foot, press the foot that I need for this particular stitch. I am going to test it out first. This is my scrappy piece. I think I need a new piece. So I'm going to raise the feed dogs because I just lowered them. I'm going to find the zigzag stitch that I want. And you can change, on a lot of sewing machines, you can change the length and the width. So I'm going to change the width to 3 mil. And I want it quite tight. So I'm going to go with 0.7 mil in length. So let's just give it a quick test just to see if we like it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I always like to do that before actually starting on the piece because then I don't want to ruin the piece. So we're going to stitch on both pieces of fabric, so the heart and the backing fabric. I want the zigzag to go between the pair. This is a really quick method. And it's really quite forgiving as well. Don't forget to move your fabric around. Just lift your press the foot slightly. Got to the end. And I think what I'm going to do on this is secure the stitches, cut the thread, and start again. Just lower that down so you can see. Secure the stitches in place. See how quick this is to do. If you've got a very quick project to do, like making a card, a birthday card, then you can do this in no time at all. I'm getting to the bit where there's lots of curves now. So I'm slowing down. I'm moving my fabric around with the shape. We're nearly back at the beginning. Secure your stitches in place. See how quick and easy that is to do. The next stitch that I'm going to show you is the blanket stitch. Now on my sewing machine, I've probably got at least 10 different blanket stitches and they all do different things. So have a play and see what you've got on your sewing machine. This is my favourite one. You can change the width and the length on some sewing machines, not all. Now this one I've got a width of 3.5 mil and a length of 2.5 mil. It is quite a big blanket stitch, but for the purpose of this video, and the heart is quite large as well. So I'm going to keep those the width and the length of those as they are. Again, I'm going to secure my stitches in place. And what I want to do is keep the outside of the blanket stitch along the outside of the heart. You'll soon find the rhythm of your stitch. I do go a lot slower when I'm doing this stitch. Don't be scared to move your piece around. I'd advise counting the stitches. So I'll slow it down and show you how this particular stitch works on this machine. So we've got a forward, a backward, a forward, then an inside and back to the outside, forward, a backward, a forward, an inside and back to the outside. So it's good to sort of count those so you can see where you can stop and pivot. I always like, let me just do another stitch. I always like to stop it when I've just gone back there to the outside and I know exactly the sequence of the stitches. I'm getting to the end now here. And it is going to overlap a little bit. I'm going to now turn that so that inside stitch goes into the middle of the heart. That's it. And then I'm going to turn that around again. What you could do is shorten your stitches if you wanted to manually, if you're getting to a tricky bit. But for this occasion, I've left everything as is. So I'm getting to the top curve now, and I'm going to have to keep adjusting the fabric. Just take your time. It's a lot easier than you think. Secure your stitches in place. And there we have our lovely heart with the blanket stitch all around it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful.